Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome to the first play of Subnautica. I've been fancying this game for a while and now I finally got it from Steam. So let's take a look at the options on the main menu. In particular, I'm looking at the graphics. Now I've got it ramped up 920 by 1080. Got my volume and the music volume all ramped up, but we're going to go down, we're going to take a look at the graphics options as well. So I got it set to custom. I got the color grading to filmic, which is that nice sort of like deep color. Brightening it all up again with the other color grading options, you get that effect of the sea. Now the sea is obviously a big part of this game, as it is in Sea of Thieves. So getting the right color for the sea, I think, is really important. So neutral, you know, it shows a lot of detail, the neutral one. I think I'll leave it there. Detail I got set to high, and all the other settings I've got set to high as well. The keyboard and the keyboard options I'm leaving as default. That way when I go through the tutorial will at least give me a helping hand as to what the hell's going on. So there you go, into play. I had a quick little go earlier on to make sure it was all working, which it does, and I'm going to start a new game. You've got a couple of options: survival, freedom, hardcore and creative. Well, I'm going to go with survival for the time being, just to see what it's all about and get to grips with the game. So with that selected, off we go, and here's the loading screen. And it loads quite quickly, I've got to say. I mean, compared to some other games that are out there. I've got it running on a normal 7,200 RPM drive, not an SSD drive, a normal conventional drive. And to be fair, I've been quite happy with the performance. So here we go. Let's see the introduction. So pressing a button to continue. Lets us continue. So we've got ambient sounds, we're into an escape pod. The bars come down and we're off. Now looking up there, we can see through the little portal the ship is being destroyed by some catastrophic event. We're caught in the blast in the wake. And we've been knocked out by a bit of panelling. Well, there you have it. Knocked out by a bit of panelling, everybody. That's what it's all about. So I've woken up now, and straight away, things are on fire. You've got immediate danger to deal with. So I'm out. There you go. It's a fire extinguisher on the floor. There's the fire. I've got to put the fire out. So I'm going to grab that fire extinguisher. So clicking that and discharging the fire extinguisher at the fire. Pretty much straightforward. Panic averted. But you're straight in there. You're straight in there with the action. So this is some sort of a PDA.
You have suffered minor head trauma.
Okay, so I've suffered minor trauma. There you go. Thank you very much. No surprise there. And it shows in my inventory I've got a fire extinguisher. Well, that's brilliant, isn't it? So God knows what that's going to do. So if you like what you're seeing so far, click that subscribe button and the like button, and then the notification icon as well, with notifications turned on, and that way you'll let you know when I'm putting more videos of Subnautica, Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen and the like on YouTube, so you don't miss any. So we've got a ladder in the escape pod, but on the PDA you've got many other options like blueprints, pictures, your location, tools. Now I need to get a handheld scanner. Apparently the handheld scanner is like the quintessential tool to use in this game. Allows you to scan things, get blueprints, and then create things with the Fabricator. So here we go. Things are still sparking away, but there's no dramas. Here's the Fabricator I was talking about. This allows you to change materials that you collect around the environment into options. So this is your crafting mechanism, okay? You've got materials, you've got food, including water and other foodstuffs, you've got equipment, and then you've got like vehicles and heavy equipment. So having a quick scan through the blueprints that you've got, you can see I've got things there to pick up like aquariums and scanners and repair tools. But also in this pod you've got a storage container where you can store a lot of materials. You can't carry an infinite amount of equipment and gear. So you're going to have to build these storage containers, place them around any habitats or areas that you've got so you can go back and forth and stock them up. Okay, so next on our list in the escape pod is the medical kit fabricator, which you open and it gives you a medical kit. Thank you very much, I'll have that. And here's a damaged radio which needs to be repaired with a repair tool, which I haven't crafted yet. So we've got escape pod hatch at the bottom, so you can enter from the bottom if you're in the water, and you've got one at the top if you don't feel like getting your feet wet. So let's get up here. So this is our new home. There's the crash ship that we saw in the cutscene. And look at the animation on the water. It's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, as you would expect, Subnautica, the sea is going to be a character all of its own. And I mentioned this with Sea of Thieves, and one of the most redeeming things of Sea of Thieves is the water dynamic. Because, hey, that's the most thing you're looking at. So yeah, fantastic animation on the water. Which is, I wouldn't expect anything less, to be perfectly honest with you. So, I think it's time to get my feet wet, really. I think we just step off, jump in, get on with it, and see what lays beneath the sea surface. So, let's get wet. And straight away, you can see this is going to be a very graphical game. You've got the reflections on the surface, you've got damage strewn all the way around, which I'm going to pick up for materials. You've got outcrops of quartz in caves. So I'm going to zoom around and start collecting some materials now in this underwater cave. Stay away from some of the beasties for now. I don't know exactly what I'm doing in regards to the animals, but I'm not going to worry them and they shouldn't worry me. Now these are acid mushrooms. Now I've seen and read that you need those to make a battery. That, I think, along with titanium. And there's some copper deposits as well I've picked up. Getting back aboard the escape pod, I can get in there and start creating things. So I need to create batteries, I need to create a scanner. And I can fit my scanner to slot 2. And that will allow me to go around and scan other items and then duplicate them on my fabricator. So I've still got some other options as well. You can see I've collected some titanium. I can make a floating air pump. Ooh, look at that. And I can use that for pumping air out of certain areas. So fins. Fins will help me go further and faster. Yeah, I need to get some of those. And for that I need latex rubber. I can craft glass for windows. And a waterproof locker that I can store some stuff in. So far I'm quite happy. I'm quite impressed with it. It's quite an easy interface to get the hang of. It's not as cumbersome as what I was going to expect it to be. So obviously a lot of work has gone into making this crafting system, which is going to be a huge part of the game, very accessible from the get-go. So I think I'm going to enjoy this. So this was my first look at Subnautica. I've been Ricardo, so please check back for more videos in the series as I continue to go on and let the game unfold. So if you don't watch the game unfold with me, I suggest you subscribe. Thanks for watching once again. Thank you for your support. See you soon.